Hi friends, I'm Mike Malcolm, and this is Spired Tuesday, the video series that helps us evangelize Tulsa and the whole world using the beautiful art and architecture of Holy Family Cathedral. But actually today we're going to venture away from the art and architecture of the cathedral and go to famous saints who visited Holy Family Cathedral. And we're going to look at canonized saints or people who are on the path towards sainthood. So let's start with an associate pastor of Holy Family Cathedral. Father Stanley Rother was martyred in Guatemala. He had been an associate pastor at the cathedral for about 6 months in the 1960s. He was also an associate pastor at Saints Peter and Paul in Tulsa. Then in the 1970s, he was transferred to Guatemala and was martyred there. You can read all about his story elsewhere. But we're awfully honored to be able to say Blessed Stanley Rother said many masses here at Holy Family Cathedral. Another famous saint who's been at Holy Family is Mother Teresa, now known as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. She was on a speaking tour of the United States in the 1970s and made a stop in Tulsa. She spoke at what was then called the Tulsa Convention Center, and she attended Mass the evening before her speech there, and then she came back the next morning for daily Mass. And we put 2 plaques up where she sat. So we're awfully honored to know that Mother Teresa visited Tulsa and Holy Family Cathedral. Another saint who's visited Holy Family is St. Catherine Drexel. She's the famous millionaire nun who inherited millions of dollars and spent it funding schools all over the United States. She funded about 600 schools total, one of which is Holy Family Classical School here connected to Holy Family Cathedral. So thank you, St. Catherine Drexel, for blessing us, for founding our school, and then in the 1920s for coming to visit us. Although we had long since moved out of the original school building that Catherine Drexel had funded, she was able to see that the good work that she had started had really flourished into a big, vibrant school. She spent the night on the top floor of the school building in the convent. Another one that is absolutely dynamic. We just got proof that he visited Tulsa recently. Bishop Fulton Sheen. He was a pioneer televangelist Catholic, and you don't hear about a lot of those. But Bishop Sheen appeared on TV dressed in full Catholic bishop's regalia, and he was all over the U.S. airwaves. He broadcast a show called Life is Worth Living, and then later on, the Bishop Fulton Sheen Show. And it was 1964 that he was invited to come to Tulsa at the request of our bishop, Bishop Victor J. Reed, and many of the downtown Tulsa ministers, Catholic and Protestant. I have the program from it, and I'll link to it in the show notes below, but it has photos of a lot of the prominent churchmen who were really the ecclesial giants of downtown Tulsa. At the top is Bishop Victor Reed, the Catholic bishop of the Diocese of Oklahoma, but he's surrounded by Dr. Holtgreen, Pastor Nippa, Dr. Wiseman, Rabbi Rosenthal, a lot of the pillars of our neighboring Protestant churches. And that speaks to a cooperation that existed and still exists to this day between a lot of the downtown Tulsa ministers. They have a lunch about once a month that everybody goes to, and it's great to see that spirit of cooperation. But they really cooperated together to bring Fulton Sheen to Tulsa. The date was April 8, 1964. And again, I'll put this program in the show notes. So thank you for watching Spired Tuesday. I will see you next week. Have a good one.